introducing managing moderators. These users have the same capabilities as standard moderators, but in addition, they can manage block words and change chat modes and live. Okay, we'll talk about that later. We don't need it right now. What's
Oh,
up?
she finished recording. Good morning, y'all. It's very early in the morning. We know. We actually been up since what time? 5 o'clock this morning.
Nothing new.
No,
That ain't nothing
I
new.
think it was like 5. I woke up at 5:30, and you woke up about 15 minutes after I did. Well, anyway, y'all, we back on here. We're just trying to get back in the swing of things for the Shut Up and Listen podcast. So, um, we haven't really been on here a whole lot, but we're trying to be more consistent. We've just been doing a whole lot of stuff with work and dealing with the kids and all that other good stuff. So today, nothing, we don't really have anything planned to talk about. We just want to get back on here to get back in the vibe of things.
They said Diddy got caught drinking in jail.
What?
Yeah, say Diddy got caught drinking in jail. Sorry, that was just random.
Did you put it on
No,
to see what they say?
I could.
You can put it on.
I'm looking at Seti Nash. He know what he talking about usually when he do his research. So
That's the person that's talking about him drinking in jail.
Yeah, let's see what he say.
If you want, you can turn the camera that way so they can see. That's up to you.
I'm just stealing his knowledge.
That looks so scary.
That's Diddy.
What? Is that at one of his parties?
Yeah, you know, one time he dressed up as a Joker and walked around New York City and was jumping on people on Halloween. You know, Diddy like to have fun.
And they probably didn't even know that was him, did they?
Yeah, after a while they did because Marvel came down on him.
And said what? They didn't
It's
like him
illegal
doing
to
that?
use because he's so big. They're saying you're using our image.
How was that using their image when they have all these costumes out here for people to use?
Well, if it was you or me, it wouldn't be
Even
like
if
that. But it's pub day.
I know, but I'm
You
saying
make money off of it, probably.
if they put costumes out here with Superman, Spider-Man, Batman, the rest of the Marvels and everybody else walking around with them, then why would they?
I don't know, Diddy big. But when he do stuff, it can make money.
Well, that's
And it
the
was on
reason
camera.
why, so they can get money.
No,
Did they want to try to sue him because he did that or something?
they told him he can't do that.
Oh my gosh.
Again, like I said,
would've
if
just
you
threw
did,
him.
it's different.
I know, but
But
if
if
I
he
was
do
him,
it, it's possible he can bring in revenue off of it because
what I
he's so
would have
big.
did, I would have threw them some stacks like, here y'all go now, let me finish doing what I was doing.
Marvel, you know how rich they are. They don't give a shit.
No, I know, I'm just saying that's how I would have did them.
And right there, you was looking at him dressed like it on Halloween. He
No,
do
that
this
was
every Halloween.
winded because it was somebody else in the end. Wait, did he take the mask off?
He a wild boy. Diddy's a wild boy, man. He hilarious.
Oh, that was him.
It was Diddy. And then later, I'll show you the Joker when they told him he had to stop.
That's crazy.
He was walking around on the side, like jumping out on people, about to get into arguments, everything.
Oh, wow. Did he caught drinking at Fort Dix? Let me see.
Diddy's sobriety journey took a detour and locked up this week. TMZ has learned he was drinking behind bars and got in some trouble with prison officials. Sources with knowledge tell TMZ Diddy had some homemade alcohol in Fort Dix, the low security prison where he's doing time. We're told the alcohol is made of Fanta, sugar, and apples,
wouldn't be the
which
first.
inmates get 2 weeks to ferment into an alcoholic substance. So he was on that Pruno. Y'all know what that is.
Made out of orange peels and stuff.
We told
You said
Diddy
made out of
that by
orange
jail
peels?
officials and prison officials.
I ain't never did no real prison time, but I do know from being people who did time, and they put oranges and different type of peelings, and they let it sit and ferment for a long time, and they put this.
Oh, because it makes its own juices.
And they put like a straw in it, and the straw makes it like something come out, and then it turns into alcohol.
Oh, wow.
Plan to move him from his old unit to
So
a new
how
one.
long is
Two
he in
sources
there
tell
for?
TMZ prison officials
They gave him 50 months, which is 4 years, but he did just got pulled. He did just get an early pull. He did just got granted an early appeal, which means by December he should be able to go before a judge and say, I should be able to get out.
Oh, okay.
But he got 50 months.
You think they're going to make him do the whole 50 months? They might to use him as an example.
I don't know. I think the drugs and stuff is probably the main reason the judge doing it.
Yeah, but I'm saying they may make him do the whole 50 months to make him an example. Because you know they do
An
stuff
example.
like that too.
He would not be the first example. So
I
don't
know,
what they
but
think they doing.
what I'm saying, because he's this big name,
Black man.
and he's so.
Sorry, y'all. I have to be honest.
You said what?
Black man.
Yeah, that's why, like, when it comes to them catching all these rappers and, you know, people of that stature who have all this money and they're black too. So once they get them for something, they're not just going to let them out on good behavior. I think they're going to make them really, I believe they're going to make him
So
do that whole, the 50 months.
So I'm gonna give you an example. TMZ reported, you know how they report everything and everybody think they so credible.
Yeah.
So TMZ reported that Diddy got a pardon coming up that week by Trump, the week after he got convicted, somewhat up in there.
Okay.
And by hitting the news on TMZ so early, they saying they think Trump changed his mind because he didn't want people to know he was about to do it.
Okay.
And they say the staff, White House staff, was denying it, but Trump didn't. You know, they said it was pretty much for sure. They knew for a fact he was about to do it. But when it hit the news, he decided to change his mind. So he ended up getting sentenced. And now, with the alcohol thing, it's gonna be another thing. They be like, well, he can't stop doing alcohol and stuff. So it's like don't look good when it comes to stuff like that. But his appeal is still coming up. He got granted an early appeal. That doesn't mean he's not gonna get pardoned, but at the end of the day, he a black man, and I don't think he'll be doing all that because there's a lot of people who got convicted of much worse crimes. They got pardons and people who recently.
Yeah.
So I ain't gonna go into details. I'm not gonna get political on here, but the last thing I want this channel to be is political. At this point, I changed my mind about politics. I want the paper.
But at the end
now
of the
first
day,
the
though,
decision.
it's still good to have a little bit of the political. Because I like to hear people.
I ain't doing no bashing
views.
though.
No, not bad. Not bashing nobody for their own belief or what they believe in. Because at the end of the day, everybody is entitled to their own opinion.
Correct.
So I'm just saying, even if we don't agree with it, we're not gonna just call them out and be like, "Oh, you crazy? You can't." You know, we're not gonna do that. But they can still use it as a platform to, you know, get their opinion across as well too.
Yes.
Because you never know. Because sometimes it can make a person double think what they may think. You know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if we do decide to keep it.
So basically,
that.
this platform, I don't know, I think my wife feels the same way about it.
What?
This platform is just like all around. It's not one thing. We're just gonna be talking about stuff.
Yeah, and that's what I try to tell people that makes us kind of different with the Shut Up and Listen podcast is because everything you hear us talk about is stuff that me and him normally talk about off camera.
This ain't no like scripted. This
Yeah,
like for
we
real,
don't-
just regular conversation.
We don't do nothing scripted. Nothing is like, oh, well, you say this, then I'm going to say that. Or we just going to piggyback off. We don't do that. So everything on this podcast is really authentic. I know some podcasts are scripted, you know, and some people go off the actual script. But when we come on here,
We ain't even got no talking points.
99%
Not right now, for sure.
of the time, we don't know what we coming on here to talk about. We just put the camera on
Man,
and
what?
just start talking.
So
like
can y'all
when we
subscribe? If y'all ain't subscribing yet, please.
Yeah, we gonna get that too. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. I like supporting people. Okay? Even when I don't have it, and this isn't to bash y'all because we appreciate the ones who watch. We really, really do. But it's not to bash anyone. But I like to support people just in general. I don't care if
She do. I don't, but she do.
I do. Shut up. I do. Because I don't care if it's somebody coming out with their own restaurant, if it's a food truck, whatever it is. If I have it, and even when I don't have it, it could be my last, I still support because I believe in just supporting people. I don't care if you black, white, Hispanic, color ain't got nothing to do with it to me. I've just always been that person where I like to support other people. So we are asking for your support too because this is something that we like doing. We're working on doing a lot of different things, but this is the one that we really started off with doing, and we want to keep doing it. So when we ask for your support, it's not just to get your money, it's so you can help support us with equipment we might have to go and get, as well as the money we put into it as well too. But we do want to elevate the podcast. And so when we ask for your support or donations, that's what the donations are going to. So when we say, we want y'all to subscribe, and if you see a fee, and it's gonna
It's
be
not one yet though, so
right, it's not
subscribe
one
for free.
yet, but you can subscribe for free. But I'm letting you know when it gets to that point where we say, okay, we want people to start subscribing, but you do have to pay a fee to see the rest of the episodes or whatever. It ain't gonna be nothing crazy. You might only have to pay $2 to see the episode. It's not gonna be anything over $5. I'll just say that. So when we ask for your support and for you to subscribe, then we would like y'all to, because y'all sure do like getting on here, conversing with us. So it's just like, support us the same way that we would support you all. And even if y'all want to come on here, we have that open as well too. If you want to come on here and talk about something,
Give us topics.
yeah, or give us topics, or if you want to bring other people on here and you want to use the platform to discuss like a round table with you and whomever else, you can do that too. We won't even have to be on there.
You
You
can
may
give us
see
the time
us,
too.
yeah, you may see us come on there and introduce it, but then we'll leave and let y'all have your own discussion. So it's really, I will almost say, like a community platform where it can be used for everyone. If you're trying to come out with music, if you're trying to promote your business, if it's a movie that you want to, a movie you have up and coming that you want to get on here and talk about.
Dancing team.
Yeah, a dance
It does
team.
not matter.
It don't matter. A new church building that's about to come up, whatever it could be. That's what this platform is for. It's not just for us. It's for you all to be able to use it as well too.
Well, we want to engage because it's fun. We want to. I personally want to engage because I prefer to do this than do other stuff. So
Yeah, I know.
I will most definitely engage with y'all and just give us a look, and we'll most definitely give y'all the look back.
Yeah.
Sure.
And we'll reach out as soon as we might get a message. We'll reach out because
Relax,
I'm
with Tim Hortons
real.
$1
That's
$2.
loud, babe.
I was about to.
I'm what? Oh, I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm real good with that. So even if you guys respond through email, because I check my email all the time, constantly. If you do want to use our platform to advertise something or anything like that, you can email us at Rinchetti. That's RINCHETTI, Larae, LARAE, the number 1 @gmail.com. Did you want to leave your email just in case?
It's chasethedoe@gmail, CHASETHEDOE@gmail.com.
So yeah, so if you guys want to ever use our platform for something for your own use, just let us know, and we'll charge you. I ain't gonna lie now, we will charge you a small little fee to do that, but it's not gonna be nothing ridiculous or outrageous. So like I said, so say if you want to use our platform to promote whatever it is you want to promote and you want to talk about it, like I said, what we'll just introduce and say, welcome to the Shut Up and Listen podcast. Today we're going to have on here, whomever, and we're going to move out the way and let you take over that podcast for that day.
Get back to the video.
Okay, but we about to get back to the video because he really interested in this.
Well,
$3 menu.
mine's not fast.
Order any size beverage.
Mine's
And
not
add a
fast.
favorite, like a donut for just $1. A bagel.
Diddy will stay put.
Yeah, that means somebody lied on him.
He
You
ain't
may
lying,
recall
did he?
Diddy made a big deal about his sobriety to the judge prior to his sentencing last month, telling the court he was sober for the first time in 25 years. He also said he lost his weight due to substances. He wrote a letter to the judge. The old me
Like he
died in
lost a lot of
jail.
weight,
A
too.
new version of me was reborn. Prison will change you or kill you. I choose to live.
Everybody
We
drinks
shared
alcohol.
pictures of Diddy hanging out around a New Jersey prison yard last week.
I mean, it's not a
And he
big
seemed
deal,
to
but
be
you have
the
people
life
who
of
are
a
true,
proverbial
real
party, laughing
alcoholics.
and smiling while sharing the you-know-what with the you-know-who's with his fellow inmates. Diddy was convicted of 2 counts of violating the Mann Act in July and received a 50-month sentence. In October, he was transferred to Fort Dix last week. We contacted the prison, and an official told us they have no information about the incident, which means that a prison guard gave them this story.
You know it.
TMZ gonna mess around and get somebody arrested or fired. Because the way that all this stuff is coming out, bruh, don't be surprised if you see a federal indictment or a federal subpoena against TMZ for the shit that they doing. Now, I know exactly what y'all thinking. I know 100% what you all are thinking. Next.
So, that was that. You want to say something?
But why they making it such a big deal? Was this something that he was consistently doing every day while he was in there or something?
Well, no. His whole case was based on drugs and prostitution. So
Right.
he just got time, and he went through this whole drug program. He was gonna try and get out.
Right.
They didn't let him out, and then he just got transferred to Fort Dix, which I ain't looking to that and figure out. But I think that jail is kind of like a cozy jail. But when you go to jail for that type of stuff, and you saying you change your life, and then you get caught with liquor in there,
Yeah.
that makes everything not good.
Yeah, it makes everything.
You know what I
look
mean?
bad.
That's what that means.
It makes a lot of, yeah, it'll make you look bad.
Anything else on your mind? Normal? Regular
No,
stuff?
you know what? What else is on my mind, y'all? So, also, I want to let y'all know, like I said, we work on a plethora of different things, not just the podcast, but I don't know if you guys follow me on Facebook as well, too. I've been promoting a lot about my daycare. What was that? Maybe 2 years ago, was it? When we were staying in Harper Woods.
Yeah, about 2 years.
Yeah,
Maybe
I had a in-home daycare called Reaching Hands Daycare, and it was doing very, very well. So I am in the process of rebranding it, but doors will be open come January of 2026. So if you have any little ones, bring them to us. Now, when I was doing my daycare, it was just myself, but it will be myself and my husband to give you guys more information. And I do want to let you know I am licensed. I went to Ashworth College. I did it online, where I took up the child care provider course. So I am licensed, number one. Number two, I am certified with CPR. Not just that, I have over 10 years experience in the medical field. I have worked as a nursing assistant, a patient care tech. I've been in phlebotomy, one-on-one care with other patients. So your children will be in the best hands. Now, as far as my husband, I'll let him tell you all of his criterias and, you know, what he has his certification in, because I know nowadays some people can be iffy about home daycares, especially, I'm not going to say especially when it's husband and wife, but when there is a male that is also helping to run the daycare as well too. Did you want to tell them what your certificates and everything were as far as what you do?
Well, I won't be running it. She'd probably be running it, but I probably would just be helping.
Yeah.
But I do have about 6 years experience working with all type of children from kindergarten through high school.
Autistic
Currently a
children.
substitute teacher. I go around to different schools and substitute. Not the best job I wanted, but it's okay. I like being around kids in a positive way.
Please tell them what you specialize in.
So I specialize in just being normal and ASD students, which is autistic spectrum syndrome. I've been doing that for 5 years. Cognitively impaired children, same amount of time I've been doing that. So I got a lot of experience with children and working in and out the classroom with like kind of mentor type vibe, behavior specialist, everything like that. And I work for Detroit Public Schools, and right now I'm working for as an independent contractor with different schools. So every day I go to, not every day, sometimes I have assignments once a couple days, sometimes it's a week, sometimes it's one day, then the next day I go to another school. But as of right now, I've been doing more middle school and high school students. But every now and then I do a first grade or a kindergarten class. And I do half people like Arabic, I do black, depending on the school. I just left a Hispanic school
So that's the
a couple
good thing.
days ago. So
You're getting to be around diverse
diversity
culture
is normal for me.
with kids.
And kids is my thing. It's not no problem. It's easy.
You're good mentorship.
Yeah, and the
A
children
lot
are
of
always
kids
say for
always
me.
look up to you.
And on the weekend, which is today, I'll be at another job where I work with a 26-year-old autistic kid, and that's a whole different kind of job. It's more of a medical type of vibe. But yeah, I got the experience, and your children will be in good hands whenever you bring them to helping hands, reaching hands, daycare.
So, cause I'm gonna be honest, I love little kids. I love little babies, and anybody that know me will tell you that about me. I'm very gentle, loving, caring. Your children, when they come, they will have breakfast, lunch, and mid snacks. The hours of operation will be Monday through Friday from 8:30 a.m. up until 6 p.m. Now, 6 p.m. is considered late latchkey. I did just add that in because some parents do not get off, until 5 o'clock or 5:30, or even if you get off at 3 or 4, and if you want to take a breather before coming to pick your kids up, they have the option to where they can be here until 6 p.m. And the type of daycare it is, they will learn motor skills, sensory skills, learning how to write their name. And I know some in-home daycares want you to be potty trained, but I will also help in assisting in potty training if they are not potty trained as well too. And also, when the children do leave, they will always get sent home with something. And what I mean by that, I'm not even going to say like a goodie bag, but if it's something that you may need as parents, if it's extra diapers, if it's extra bottles, if it's pacifiers, teething gel, anything like that. If you tell me that you might not have that at home and you need that, I will provide that for you so you can have that to take home with you. The rates are very affordable. That's number one thing, because I always try to remember when I was going through the motion of getting my children in daycare, and the prices can be very, very expensive.
Facts.
Very expensive. But with me, my prices are, well, first I'm taking kids that are 6 weeks, as early as 6 weeks up until the age of 6. Okay, that's Monday through Friday. I am doing weekends as well too, which is Saturday and Sunday. Now for the weekends, the time will be a little different, where the drop-off time is 9 a.m. and they can be here up until 3 p.m. So 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., that's on the weekends, which is considered Saturday and Sunday. The rates, my normal rates are $350 a week. Okay. Now I do have sibling rates as well too, because sometimes you may have 2 to 3 children, and if you do have those 2 to 3 children, I am charging for. Now remember, the regular rate is $350 a week. Now for the sibling rates, this is only a special that I'll be running for a year. Okay, once I do start. So for the sibling rates, if you have 2 children that are siblings, is not per person. The sibling rate is $275 as a whole. That's for both kids, not per child. If it is 3 children, then the rate for 3 children will be a little bit higher, but is not per child. So for 3, yeah,
Sorry.
your toe hurts still.
Yeah, just keep.
Yeah. So for 3 children, the rate for that will be $400, not per child. That's just as togetherness. Okay.
How
So-
does it say that again? When you bring what?
So the
How many
regular
children?
rate is $350.
But if you bring siblings, you'll charge them $400 for how many kids?
3.
Okay.
So it's not per child. It's just, collectively as a whole,
So
we'll be paying
So if a person
400.
brings 3 children, they just can give you 400.
400. Yep, for that
That
whole
ain't bad
year.
at all.
Okay, so you're just paying 400 for that whole year for 3 children, not per head, just 400 flat rate for 3 children. Flat rate for 2 children
Pretty good.
is $275. Flat rate for both kids.
You can go out every day.
Right. And regular rate, excuse me, if it's 1 child, is $350. Okay, so those are the prices as well too. So, like I said, we have the background experience. More than likely, like my husband told you, he will be helping to assist um, as well too. I mostly will be running everything. There is a registration fee.
She is a pretty. I'm gonna speak up for her on
Okay.
that. She pretty good when it comes to like having people kids. She really come from the heart. She,
Yeah.
I'm good with them, but she better.
Uh,
I come from the heart, but she like it. I just do it because it's the right thing to do. She like the job, so you actually your children be in real good hands with her, and she treat me like a child. So
Oh my God.
she try to have me on time about everything and all this meditating, changing my life. So your kid gonna be in good hands with her for sure.
No, they will. They will be in good hands. And we're taking up to 6 kids because by law, we can't go over 6 children. Okay. You will have a medical form that you have to fill out. If they're allergic to anything, I will need shot records, proof of their immunization records. Like I said, anything that they may be allergic to. So there's a whole packet that goes more into detail what to expect out of the daycare. Also, because I feel another important thing, so you don't have to always worry and guess, I will send you videos throughout the course of the time that they are with me. So that's like a check-in time where I'll send you the videos. You can see what they're doing, what they're learning, what they're eating to make parents more so at ease. So I just wanted to throw that out there too. So that'll be opening in January of 2026. So if you're in need of a home daycare for your children with a warm, loving environment where the kids can be kids but
Man,
still
what?
learn too.
This
then you
girl
wanna
right here
send them to
smile a
us.
lot.
You
She
said I
be
what?
in heaven.
Oh my God.
She be happy. I be like, what are you so freaking happy for? So your kid to get a positive vibe too. It's not just
Yeah.
being able to be, watched and babysitted and fed and everything. She really be on positive type time.
And then the thing that make us different, that stand out from other
She get a kick out of
daycares.
this stuff.
Shut up.
Look at
You
She can't
retarded.
help herself.
But the positive about our daycare is that, like I said, my husband is licensed and he's certified where he's able to tend to autistic children. And you don't have no home daycare out there like that right now.
I do want to say something.
Where, go
about
ahead.
that. Let me know when you're ready.
Where he's able to work with autistic children and understand them, because you have some that are nonverbal, and you have to know what they want by them not even speaking, and he's really good and gifted with that. You go ahead.
I ain't gotta say much about that. What I was gonna say is that is true.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was natural or whatever, but I do got a natural connection with especially ASD students and kids in general. If you got a child that's autistic, I got the experience with those children. I understand them. They can be nonverbal and everything, and I can understand them. I don't know how, but it's not awkward to me or nothing. I look at them literally like how I look at myself. So that's something valuable you be for sure getting.
Yeah.
If you don't get nothing else, because I know a lot of parents from what I've heard when I was in the schools and stuff, and people that I know in the streets as well, but I get that the parents really, some of them are embarrassed, some of them don't know how, if people know how I feel, this, that, and third, but when I get those kids, don't feel like that to me. It feel like just normal. So that's one of the most valuable things you're gonna get, and I think that specifically, I'm talking to the parents right now who have autistic children, or quote unquote, so the doctors say autistic, or the psychologist says autistic. I know how to deal with them, and they will get treated correct. They will get treated right. They won't feel out of
Right.
space or nothing like that. They'll feel like family.
And
that's
not
something
only
that I can on God for.
Not only that though, when he was working at the other elementary/middle school, when he first started off, he had such a good connection with the autistic children that even when he was off of work, parents were calling him, asking him what should they do, or asking him for advice on how to handle certain situations. And
Now,
this
I
is
didn't
after
plan.
hours.
On everything. never thought I was gonna be working in that field. Second thing is, I just don't, where I'm from, I just never thought I would be doing that. So I'm saying that for a reason. You can continue, but I just wanted to say that it's a natural thing.
Yeah, it really is. It's a natural thing for him. So they will be in the best hands with the both of us as well too. And like I said, and big shout out to Lexi. Her
Yeah, where our
daughter.
co-host at?
Listen, she
She gotta go
got
get
her
her
own workout classes going on. So big shout out to her on that. She is doing it. Okay. She also does
What's
the
her
healthy.
handle on TikTok?
Huh?
What's her handle on TikTok? You know,
I had to pull up the name,
give her a
but
shout out.
she also does TikTok videos. Lexi does, as far as prepping for like healthy
Yeah, I be
food.
seeing her. She be doing
And this is
all kind of
all
stuff.
plant-based food, and she had me getting ready to start thinking about just plant-based, because I did do a fast. I did the Daniel fast. I did the Daniel fast for to draw a spiritual connection closer to God, and then for my own reasons as well too, and then for health reasons as well too. And when I say my body felt so light and felt so good, I wasn't sluggish. I just felt lighter. And then of course with Joey, that's loud.
Sorry.
Then of course with the working out that I was incorporating with the fasting, I never felt so much better when I did that fast.
Yeah, she was on tip.
I was, okay, and then the body was on T too, because when I say, okay, it was T, so, yeah. But no, y'all gotta check her out too. I keep telling Lexi, if you watching, you need to get that YouTube channel going with your healthy, plant-based cooking, and how she cooked. She cooked all her stuff from scratch too. But I was saying that to say, Lexi's daughter, Aubrey, was the first that I had for my daycare. She trusted me with her daughter. I sent her videos. She even did testimonials for me. I didn't even ask her to, but she did testimonials for me, how she felt the daycare was. And let me tell you, Lexi is a blunt person. No matter if you her dog, her best friend, whatever, if it's something that she don't think is right, she gonna speak up on it, okay?
Her TikTok is one of a kind with spaces. And then if you also want to look it up, it's at Alexis Carter 04.
Yeah, so big shout out to Lexi. And I had her daughter when she might have been, I don't even think she was a year old yet. No, I don't think she was, no, she wasn't. She wasn't a year old yet. So I might have had her maybe when she was like 6 months, 5 or 6 months, up until when she was close to a year. So she was with me for a long time. Also, big shout out to,
You want me to, can I just randomly do a topic after this on
Yeah.
YouTube? I found something I want to pull up.
to Jemiah, because she also trusted me with her children. And they're beautiful kids, and they're stair-step babies. So I had all 3 of them, plus Aubrey, Lexi's daughter. And I would send them videos. I would let them see what they were learning, how they were using their, mobility skills
Bud,
and
I'm
everything.
on live right now. I can't answer the phone.
Who's that, Bud?
Yeah, I'm on live. I can't answer
Oh,
while
okay.
I'm live.
So yeah, so y'all gonna hear more information about the daycare as well too. Then also the last thing I want to touch on, and then I'm gonna let you go ahead. I also have a book coming out. I've been working on the book for like 2.5 years. It's basically in the completion stage. It's called Beauty in My Brokenness. It's a true story about my life and what I went through, not just myself, but my kids as well too. So that's my baby. When I say that's really my baby, that is my baby. Because when I say God took me out some stuff, woo, he took me out some things. And when I was writing this book, I was getting very emotional. But it was something that God put in me to do to help other people. So it's a book, and it's also where you can do journaling in the book as well too. Look for that coming in March of 2026. I do have a GoFundMe page because I am asking for donations. If you decide to donate, the donations goes towards helping me get a haul. That's what the donations is going for. So the first 10 people who donate will get a free copy of Beauty in My Brokenness. So I was telling people once they send their donation to email me. I left my email. Leave your email, your name, and your phone number as well too. And that book is dedicated to my father. And if you all know, my father, it's been a year since he passed away. That was like my best friend, my everything basically. Whenever I needed something, or my kids, he was always there. My mom was there as well too, but my daddy, that was like my best friend. Okay, so yeah, the book is
So,
reference to my father. Yeah.
let me know.
Okay. But yeah, so please make sure you guys do donate if you can, whatever God put on your heart to donate for Beauty in My Brokenness. If you go on my Facebook page, you will see that. Huh?
Tell them all about the GoFundMe, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing now. If you go back on my Facebook page, you can see the link to where you can donate. It'll take you straight to the GoFundMe page. And just donate whatever God put on your heart. I don't care if it's $1, $5, $10. A little goes a long way, you know. So your donations are to help me to get the haul. And also, once I start looking for the hauls, which I actually already did, I'm going to start doing recordings so you guys can see where your donations are going towards once I pick the haul, okay? And big shout out to Miss Linda Brown, because she was the first person to donate. Thank you so much. I love you, Linda. That's like family to me.
It mean everything when somebody donate to something.
Yes, I
something,
call her
it
my
feels
spiritual mom. I've been knowing Linda for for quite some time now, for a couple of years now, and I call her my spiritual mom. She's family. She always promotes me, and I also want to promote her because she's actually an author
She
herself.
a boss.
Yes, she is. She is actually an author herself. Her book is called Free to Be Me. I love it. It's actually a true story. It was in representation of her grandson, something that her grandson was going through while he was in school. And the book is very inspirational. It's not just for kids. We can use it as adults too, because adults get bullied as well too. You know, so please get her book. It is on Amazon, and like I said, I can't wait for you to get your first copy of Beauty in My Brokenness. So thank you so much, Linda. I appreciate you, and I love you.
I was gonna bring up another topic, but I didn't want to go deep into it. Since you brought up bullying, that girl, you see about that girl whacked that lady at McDonald's, stabbed her like all them times. She said she was bullying her on live first, and then she actually, after she did that live, I guess the lady bullied her again, and the next thing you know, she was on the news for stabbing the lady.
Now, how long ago did this happen?
This happened in Michigan too.
Really?
This was like about a few months ago. Now that she's
It's
just
really
gotten
coming
around
out.
again.
Oh, wow.
I was about to do something random. I'm gonna do it still. Damn, this is gonna be a longer live than this. Not gonna be quick. But I was gonna jump on some Michael Jackson junk, but I just wanted to play something just to pass time and also just for content. But I'm gonna pull up this one thing about this girl since she mentioned bullying. The girl did it. I know a lot of people gonna know about. Some people know about this. Some people don't. But it was a big story. I forget what city it was in. She was just on live before she murdered the lady.
Oh, so she went on live? Did she say that's what she was getting ready to do?
She said she was tired of the bullying and stuff, and I guess it happened again after she did it live. She killed her. She went into the McDonald's and stabbed her to death.
That's why people need to know, when you bully somebody, people get sick of that stuff, and some people will retaliate back.
And they trying to say, well, she premeditated it, but at the end of the day, she was wrong. She shouldn't have went as far as she did. She shouldn't have hurt that girl family. Condolences to that lady.
Yeah.
And her family. First
Yeah.
of all, I want people to be clear that I'm not condoning stuff like that.
Right.
I don't know what was going on, but the girl was speaking from a place like it was real. I don't know if she was just using it as an excuse, but she did do it on live and on like she put it up first, and then the next thing you know, it was done. The deed was done.
Wow.
So I'm gonna pull this up real quick.
Because then when you bully somebody, you don't know what emotional state that you're causing that person that you're bullying.
But the girl got priors for stabbing. she has a prior for doing
Oh, so
stuff.
she has a history of doing it.
Yeah, she
So that's
just.
why you were saying you don't know if it really came from that, or if it was something.
Well, I'm gonna
But
give
what
you.
if she
I'm
was
gonna give you
bullied
my
all her life or something?
my personal experience when I worked at White Castle. I mean, I'm a guy, so I ain't trying to sound like a crybaby, but it was this lady in there, and she used to bully me. The bullying don't be like I'm about to fight you.
Yeah.
The bullying be like, cause you the
Words.
manager in charge, you just messing with me. It's something dirty, wipe that. It just
Yeah,
being
the
mean and
demeanor.
doing stuff. So
Yeah.
I know how it is working at a fast food restaurant like that when somebody doing stuff to you. Now I don't know what happened here, but it got real. I know that. So I'm about to put it on.
And you know the crazy thing, like when we were coming up, bullying is so different from now. You get what I'm saying? Like in a sense, bullying is wrong, period. But I'm just saying when we were coming up, bullying was so different than.
This is it.
Oh, that's
This
right.
off of Law and Crime right here. Yeah.
Best birthday party ever!
You can skip that.
I went for it.
Turns out there was
Can they
Cases, and you might be wondering, how are we able to share so many clips with our followers in such real time, in such a fast fashion? Well, I'll tell you, if you're interested in getting content up there very
Hey,
fast,
let me
we use a
show
platform called
all
Focus
these
Clip. This
ads
is an
like
all-in-one
this.
I can fast forward.
Oh,
All right.
oh, there it goes.
situation. In other words,
Is it a way you can turn it?
it's
down?
an ideas to share,
So I can
and this
see
is
it.
the most powerful tool there is to help you edit like a pro and grow your audience. So give it a try for yourself. Go to opus.pro/sidebar to start creating your own videos today. Now we got to talk about what happened at her next hearing on July 23rd. This is when Muhammad's defense attorney requested a competency and criminal responsibility evaluation. In other words, does she understand the legal process and what's happening?
Crazy because she looks so innocent, like she
You're
really
judge
doesn't.
discovery, number one, and number two, you want to refer to the Forensic Center for Competency and Culpability, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor, counsel does request at this time that Mr. Muhammad be referred to the Forensic Center.
Determined by a U.S. Supreme Court case, U.S. v. Dusky. And essentially what that case says, a personality disorder, substance use,
So
perhaps
this is her.
repeated exposure.
But I'm gonna try and go to the part where you can see
Where she got bullied.
the video she put up, and then how it happened after. So the people in the audience will be engaged. They won't get bored.
Yeah.
It's pretty limited, and states that have this process, sometimes you can be treated the competency if you're found incompetent. That's a whole nother issue.
That comes with mental health.
This is it. This is the video.
Okay.
Understand.
And posted this nearly 7-minute. I mean, you really explained it quite well. It could delay a trial for quite some time if the defendant is not competent. But talking about the mental health of this defendant and what might have been going on, and yes, she's innocent until proven guilty, but just before the stabbing, okay, Muhammad had gone live on Instagram and posted this nearly 7-minute video, this rant that many now see as potential evidence and chilling in hindsight.
I got sent home early yesterday. I got sent home early today by the same person. I'm telling you, she's a bully. It isn't funny. She needs to understand that just because she's a mother and got children doesn't mean that she can come in this store, disrespecting people, talking to them like everybody's beneath her. She has no respect. And it isn't funny at all. Like, seriously, man, I got to take care of. If she keeps sending me home early, it's not funny. She's playing games. And then all day, throughout the day, she keeps sending her little racial shit. And then throughout the day, she keeps on, putting negative energy in the air and talking about people, gossiping about people. It's not funny, man. That shit gonna have to stop. She's a bully.
We're doing it live right now.
I'm telling you. She's a bully. She brings a lot of negative energy in there. She always panic when there's a lot going on, and then she try to manipulate that and make it seem like we ain't doing something right, but we are working really hard and doing great. It's just the fact that she panicked, and I caught her a few times making a mistake, and she tried to hurry up and play it off. Nobody's perfect. That's what happens. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, somebody might get confused. It gets busy, yeah. But she needs to stop playing like she don't be making mistakes. I'm catching her. I'll be catching her.
And you can even hear her say there that her manager's behavior would, quote, catch up to her. And hours later, that grim prediction came true. I mean, if you listen to the allegations. Again, John, I just want to highlight that point one more time. Any way defense attorneys can make sure that doesn't come into evidence in a criminal case? Because if you ask me, that could be a slam dunk for them, for prosecutors.
A slam dunk for them is the way to put it. I mean, I racking my brain here to think about how you keep that out as a defense lawyer. I mean, what is it? It's evidence of premeditation, and not just premeditation in a few moments before a stabbing, but it's evidence of premeditation long before that. And actually, a couple of instances we've seen that, these assassination attempts on President Trump, where the alleged assassin or the convicted assassin says things on social media about what they want to do, situations like that. We see that a lot.
So yeah, she was wild. She was not playing. She was pissed. She must have really felt like people was, she was getting treated unfairly. And I don't know what happened, but that was serious, gang. Like, she really, after that she did that video, she really went back in there and literally, I think they said she stabbed the woman like 16 times or something like that, or more. And the woman died. So you don't know what type of effect you having on somebody when you do stuff like that. Like, it's nuts. It's unfortunate, but she was upset, clearly. But yeah, that's different. I'm waiting for my host to come back. Yo, you found it? Yeah, I'm about to send it to you. I gotta get this phone. I got you. I'm about to send it directly to you. Oh, my fault. I'm trying to tap people in who I'm talking to. Nope, that ain't gray, you see.